Vanakkam. Today I am going to speak about National Financial Reporting Authority, that is NEFRA. Whether ICA Institute of Chartered Accountants of India's powers in disciplinary proceedings have been taken away by NEFRA, all partners who found guilty to be debarred from the practice, or firm in which that partner is a partner who found to be guilty be debarred from practice, or all members have to be afraid of practice due to NEFRA introduction by central government. You will get the answers through this presentation, and lot of questions, lot of important things have to be discussed in this presentation. Former head of Deloitte Haskins and Sells LLP, Udayam Sen, was debarred by NEFRA for a period of 7 years from being appointed as auditor or internal auditor for any company. Apart from this, debarring, NEFRA also levied a penalty of rupees 25 lakhs on Mr. Udayam Sen. This is of his role played in the fraud hit ILFS Financial Services, that is IFIN. NEFRA felt that the role played by Mr. Udayam Sen was against auditing standard and accounting standard. This prompted me to cover this presentation today in detail. I present the same in the interest of the members. I have given only the highlights from my angle, and the members and viewers who are seeing this presentation are requested to refer Companies Act of 2013 and rules of NEFRA for full details. NEFRA is an independent regulator to oversee the auditing profession and accounting standards in India. NEFRA is being created or formed as per the powers given by the Companies Act of 2013 to central government via section 132/1. 132/1 of Chartered Accountants Act of Companies Act of 2013, 132(1) of Companies Act of 2013 says the central government may by notification constitute a national financial reporting authority to provide for matters relating to accounting and auditing standards under this act. Act here means Companies Act of 2013. Hence, as per the provisions of section 132(1) of Companies Act of 2013, NEFRA is being constituted. The constitution of NEFRA is effective from 1/10/2018. NEFRA rules have been come into force from 14/11/2018. Due to various scams and frauds that have taken place in India, that is at Punjab National Bank, Satyam scandal and other financial scam, constitution of NEFRA is a welcome move by the central government. What is the role of ICA? ICA will continue to control all its members and with specific control of audits of private limited companies, public unlisted companies which are below the threshold limit as notified by NEFRA. The central government aimed NEFRA to be used to set up a separate and independent regulatory body in order to assist in the framing and enforcement of legislation relating to accounting and auditing, and to improve investor and public confidence in financial reporting of an entity. Here, what is meant by accounting standard? Accounting standard means the standards of accounting or any addendum thereto for companies or class of companies referred to in section 133 of Companies Act of 2013. Auditing standard means the standards of auditing or any addendum thereto for companies or class of companies referred to in section 143 subsection 10 of Companies Act of 2013. Auditor means an individual or a firm including LLP incorporated under LLP Act of 2008 or any other act for the time being in force who has been appointed as an auditor of a company or a body corporate under section 139 of Companies Act of 2013 or under any other act for the time being in force. Authority means NEFRA, that is NEFRA means National Financial Reporting Authority. Authority means NEFRA constituted under section 132(1) of the Companies Act of 2013. NEFRA shall have power to monitor and enforce compliance with accounting standards and auditing standards, oversee the quality of services under section 132(2) or undertake investigation under section 132(4). The auditor of the following class of companies and bodies are at present covered by NEFRA. That is, the following are being applicable to the auditors. Auditors of companies whose securities are listed in any stock exchange in India or outside India, that is all listed companies of India and abroad, and auditors in the case of unlisted companies where the paid up capital of not less than 500 crore or turnover of not less than 1000 crore or having in aggregate outstanding loans, debentures and deposits of not less than 500 crores to that company as on 31st March of immediately preceding financial year. Then auditors of insurance companies, banking companies, companies engaged in the generation or supply of electricity or companies incorporated under the Special Act. This means all the auditors of central statutory branch auditors and branch auditors are also covered. This is my view. Auditors of companies referred to by the central government in the public interest. Then auditors of a body corporate, incorporated or registered outside India, which is a subsidiary or associate company of any company or body corporate, incorporated or registered in India, if the income or net worth of such subsidiary or associate company exceeds 20% of consolidated income or consolidated net worth of such company or body corporate. All the existing companies other than a company were governed by NEFRA rules applicable have to inform the particulars of auditors to the authority within 30 days of the commencement of the rules. Every body corporate other than a company defined in section 220, that is companies registered under Companies Act of 2013 or under any other provisions of the previous Companies Act, have to inform NEFRA about the auditor's appointment within 15 days of the appointment. This is company's role to NEFRA about the auditor appointment. Even if a company ceases to be listed or turnover or aggregate of loans, debentures and debentures deposits fall below the limit, that the company shall continue to be governed by the authority for a period of 3 years from the date of ceasing. This is not applicable to those companies where NEFRA is applicable. What is the composition of members of the NEFRA? The Companies Act of 2013 requires NEFRA to have a chairperson appointed by the central government and a maximum of 15 members. The members should have experience in accountancy, auditing, finance or law. All the members, including the chairperson, are in full-time employment and they should not be associated with any audit firm during their term of office and 2 years after their term expires. So functions, what are the functions and duties of the authority? Here authority means NEFRA. The authority shall protect the public interest and the interest of the investors, creditors and others associated with the companies or bodies corporate by establishing high quality of standards of accounting and auditing and exercising effective oversight of accounting functions performed by the companies and bodies corporate and auditing functions performed by the auditors. The authority shall maintain the details of the auditors appointed in the companies and the bodies corporate. The above details have been given by the companies to NEFRA within 30 days or 15 days respectively. The authority shall recommend accounting standards and auditing standards for approval of the central government. The authority shall monitor and enforce the compliance with accounting standards and auditing standards. The authority shall oversee the quality of service of the professions associated with ensuring compliance with such standards and suggest measures for improvement in the quality of service. The authority shall promote awareness in relation to compliance of accounting standards and auditing standards. The authority shall cooperate with national and international organizations of independent audit regulators in establishing and overseeing the adherence of auditing standard and accounting standard. Then the authority shall perform such other functions and duties as may be necessary or incidental to the opposite functions and duties. Now, the central government may by notification and subject to such conditions, limitations and restrictions as may be specified therein, delegate any of the powers, functions under the Act other than the power to make the rules to the authority. That means the central government has retained the power to make the rules. The central government can delegate to any authority. The annual return with NEFRA has to be filed by the auditor every year on or before 30th April in the form of prescribed form about its functioning. The authority shall give the recommendation about auditing standard and accounting standard to the central government for its approval. Before that, the authority shall receive a recommendation from ICAI on proposals of new accounting standard and auditing standard or for amendments to existing auditing standard and accounting standard. The authority may seek the recommendation from ICAI if needed. That is, ICAI, they have to give the recommendation to NEFRA. NEFRA on scrutiny after finalization, they have to in turn forward this to central government. Then the central government has to approve the accounting standard and auditing standard from the angle of NEFRA. Then what are the monitoring and enforcing compliance with accounting standards? Now we are going to discuss about the accounting standards. The authority may review the financial statements of the company, comes under NEFRA. The authority may seek the company or body corporate or auditor by a written notice to provide further information or explanation to produce any relevant documents within the reasonable time specified in the notice. The authority direct the personal presence of the officers of the company or body corporate and its auditors to provide additional information and explanation. That is, personal presence also required by the NEFRA. The authority shall publish its findings relating to non-compliances in the website and such other manner as it considers fit, unless it has the reason not to do so in the public interest and records the reasons in writing. The further course of action may be initiated by the authority if accounting standards have been violated. Now we are going to see the monitoring, enforcing compliance with the auditing standards. The authority once again may review the working papers, which includes audit plan and other audit documents and communications related to the audit. The authority evaluate the sufficiency of the quality control system of the auditor and the manner of documentation of the system by the auditor. The authority perform such other testing of audit, supervisory and quality control procedures of the auditor as may be considered necessary or appropriate. The authority direct the auditor to report on its governance practice and on the internal processes designed to promote audit quality, protect its reputation and reduce risk, including risk failure of the auditor, and may take such action on the report as may be necessary. The authority may seek additional information or may seek personal presence of the auditor to produce additional information or give explanation in connection with the conduct of the audit. The monitoring and enforcement activities have been done by the officers of the NEFRA. Non-compliance shall be published in the website of NEFRA unless the information affects the public interest. Personal information will not be published in the website of the NEFRA. NEFRA submit confidential information to central government in a separate report. In case of violation of any law or professional or other standard by the auditor, the authority will decide on the further course of action. Then, overseeing the quality of service and suggesting measures for improvement by NEFRA. It directs the auditor to take measures to improve the audit quality, audit processes, quality control and audit reports and comply with the same with the time limits. The auditor has to report the same to the authority with reference to the direction given. The NEFRA shall monitor the improvements made by the auditor. The authority may refer the case to quality peer review with reference to overseeing the quality of service by the auditor. The authority, that is NEFRA, may take the expert's assistance towards its monitoring activities if needed. So then, what are the powers given to the authority through its enforcement division by the central government? Reference received from central government into professional and other misconduct, NEFRA can investigate. Then, on the basis of compliance and oversight activities, investigation can be carried out by NEFRA. After recording reasons on suo motu on any matter of professional or other misconduct, NEFRA can initiate investigation. During the investigation, if the authority found fraud of 1 crore or more, then the same has to be reported to the central government by NEFRA. After commencement of the rules, only NEFRA has the authority to initiate action with reference to any professional or misconduct, and no other institute or any body corporate has got the authority to initiate the proceedings. So only NEFRA has got the power to initiate the proceedings. Other than NEFRA area, other proceedings of professional or misconduct against the auditors have to be ICAI. That means other than the powers given to NEFRA, all other proceedings have to be carried out by ICAI. Then what about the disciplinary proceedings? Based on the reference received from the central government or finding of its monitoring or enforcement of oversight activities, or on the basis of material otherwise available on record, if the authority believes that sufficient cause exists to take actions, the authority shall refer the matter to the concerned division to proceed further. Show cause notice in writing shall be issued with details of the provisions of the Act under which it has been issued, the details of the alleged fact, the details of the evidence in support of the alleged facts, the provisions of the Act, rules or auditing standard and accounting standard thereunder, the allegedly violated or the manner in which the public interest is affected, the proposed action to be taken by the authority, the time limit within which the auditor has to respond, the consequences of failure to respond to the show cause notice, and the procedures to be followed for the disposal of show cause notice. Show cause notice can be served by first they have to issue the show cause notice, then the show cause notice has to be served by RPAD at the address provided by ICAI or through email address provided by ICAI. Then if show cause notice is served on the auditor of the firm, it is deemed to be served on all partners or employees of that firm as on the date of service of notice. Then SCN, that is show cause notice, should call upon the firm to disclose the name or names of the partners concerned who shall be responsible for answering the allegation. If in case any partner name is mentioned in the firm, then that partner has to answer show cause notice, or if no partner name is mentioned, then the entire firm of partners are responsible to answer the show cause notice. Show cause notice should be disposed of within a period of 90 days of the assignment through a summary of a procedure by the authority by a recent manner in adherence to the principles of justice, including where necessary or appropriate and authority of being heard in person, and after considering submission, if any, made by the auditor, the relevant facts and circumstances and the materials on record. That is, show cause notice has to be issued, then reply has to be received from the partner, then NEFRA has to decide on that matter. The order of disposing the show cause notice may provide for, the order says, no action, caution, or action for being imposing penalty against the auditor or debarring the auditor, or both. The order shall not be effective till 30 days have elapsed from the date of issue of the order, unless the division states otherwise along with the proper reason in writing. The order in original shall be served on the auditor. The copy of the orders shall be sent to central government, ICAI, C&AG, SEBI in case of listed company, RBI in case of non-banking and banking company, IRDA in case of insurance company. In case of auditor is resident outside India, to the concerned regulator of such country. Then that order shall be published in the website of the authority. What about the penalty clause? This is a very interesting thing you have to see. For individuals, they are fined between 1 lakh to 5 times of the fees received. For firms, they are fined between 5 lakhs rupees to 10 times of the fees received. This is the thing. You have to be very careful. Then Manner of enforcement of the order passed from the penalty angle. First we will see from the penalty angle. That is, in case of monetary penalty is being passed by the authority, then the auditor has to deposit 100% of penalty within 30 days if no appeal is preferred. If no appeal is preferred, the auditor has to pay the penalty of 100%. And if appeal is preferred, then the auditor has to prefer 10% of penalty with the appellate tribunal. So here I want to say that the appeal powers have been given to NCLAT, National Company Law Appellate Tribunal, against the orders of NEFRA. So if the penalty order is being preferred on appeal, then the auditor has to deposit 10% of the penalty. If the auditor neither pays penalty nor prefers appeal, then the appellate authority, without prejudice to any other action, inform about the non-compliance to every company or body corporate in which the auditor is functioning as auditor, and every such company or body corporate shall appoint a new auditor in accordance with the provisions of the Act. Then from the debarring angle, then the auditor can be debarred by NEFRA. Then the debarring the auditor information will be sent to the company or body corporate by the authority, because the NEFRA has to send the debarring information to all the companies or all body corporates in which that auditor is a auditor. On receipt of the auditor, the company or body corporate has to appoint a new auditor in his place as per the provisions of the Act. If a company or any officer of the company or body corporate or the auditor or any other persons who contravenes any of the provisions of the rules, then they will be liable for the punishment as per section 450 of the Companies Act of 2013. The maximum penalty is 10,000 rupees, and for the continuing default, the maximum penalty is rupees 1,000 per day. This is stated as per the section of 450 of the Companies Act of 2013. The chairperson or any one or more of the full-time members acting through one of its division has to examine and decide on all matters relating to investigation, monitoring, enforcement and disciplinary proceedings. Then advisory committee. In order to have the performance of the authority can constitute an advisory committee, study groups and task force. Now, NEFRA has constituted a technical advisory committee under the chairmanship of Sri R. Narayan Swamy, Professor, Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore. The composition of the committee is 7 members, including chairman. The main functions of this committee are to aid and advise the executive body of NEFRA on issues related to the drafts of auditing standard and accounting standard, and to provide inputs from the perspective of users, preparers and auditors of the financial statements. Then we'll discuss about the financial reporting, advocacy and education. The NEFRA shall take suitable measures for the promotion of awareness and significance of accounting standards and auditing standards, auditors' responsibilities, auditor quality and such other matters through education, training, seminars, workshops, conference and publicity. Now, what about the confidentiality and security of information maintained by NEFRA? NEFRA and all persons and organizations associated with it shall maintain complete confidentiality and security of the information provided to them for the purpose of the information of the authority. The authority may enter into such contractual arrangements as may be necessary to maintain complete confidentiality and security of the information. Then we will discuss about the avoidance of conflict of interest. The authority shall not enter into any contract, arrangement or relationship or participate in any event that may or is likely to be perceived to interference with its ability to perform its functions and duties in an effective, fair and reasonable manner. In particular, the authority or any person associated with it shall not receive any funds, assets, donations, favors, gifts or sponsorship from any source other than the central government, and shall not enter into any liabilities, obligations or committees except as permitted by central government. This means central government has to provide funds and assets to the authority and by no one else. Now, we will discuss about the International Association and International Assistance. The authority can become a member of a regional or international association of the independent audit regulators and standard setters on such terms as it deems fit. The authority may provide assistance to or receive assistance from foreign independent audit regulators in investigation of an auditor in accordance with the Indian laws on such terms as it deems fit. The International Forum of Independent Audit Regulators was established in Paris in the year 2006. At present, there are 55 jurisdiction global members. Its members are audit regulators and supervisors, and they are from continents of Africa, Asia, Europe, North and South America, and Oceania. NEFRA is a welcome one, and all auditors or all chartered accountants, they have to follow the auditing standard and accounting standard and their audit functions. This is the thing I want to present. Now I am going to answer whether ICAI powers in disciplinary proceedings have been taken away by NEFRA. No, it is not fully, it is partially. Then our partners who found to be guilty debarred from practice, yes, NEFRA if debars, then that partner will be debarred from practice. And the next thing is, if partner is being debarred, the firm is not debarred. This is the answer I want to give, and I request all the members to follow auditing standard and accounting standard, and I request all the members to update all accounting standards on auditing standards. And thanks for watching this presentation. Nandri, Vanakkam.